heart of ancient Egypt, a story of epic proportions was about to unfold. The Israelites, a people of faith and resilience, were suffering under the crushing heel of a tyrannical pharaoh. Their lives were filled with hardship, their days with forced labor, and their nights with prayers for deliverance. But in the darkness, a prophecy was whispered, a beacon of hope. A boy would be born among the Israelites, one destined to challenge the pharaoh's mighty empire. Fearing this prophecy, the pharaoh unleashed a horrific decree. Every newborn Israelite boy was to be killed. It was a time of unimaginable grief and terror. Amidst this despair, one mother's love and faith shone brighter than any fear. To save her infant son, she placed him in a carefully woven basket and, with a heavy heart, set him adrift on the waters of the great Nile River. Entrusting his fate to God, by a twist of destiny, or perhaps divine will, the basket didn't drift into oblivion. Instead, it floated right into the hands of the pharaoh's own wife. She was captivated by the beautiful child within. Overcoming her husband's initial suspicion, she persuaded the powerful pharaoh to adopt the boy as their own. And so, the child, named Musa, grew up not as a slave, but as a prince of Egypt, raised in the opulent halls of the royal palace, unaware of his true heritage. As Musa grew into a young man, he was compassionate and had a strong sense of justice. One day, he witnessed a brutal Egyptian guard mercilessly beating an Israelite slave. Rushing to intervene, a scuffle broke out, and in the heat of the moment, Musa accidentally struck and killed the guard. The secret was soon out. A prince of Egypt had killed one of his own to defend a slave. Knowing the pharaoh's wrath would be swift and deadly, Musa had no choice but to flee. He left behind his life of privilege and escaped into the vast, unforgiving desert, becoming an exile in the land of Midian. 4 years, Musa lived a simple life as a shepherd in Midian. He married and started a family, his past as an Egyptian prince feeling like a distant dream. But his destiny was not to be a quiet one. One day, while tending his flock near a mountain, he was drawn to a strange and wondrous sight. In the sacred valley of Tua, a bush was engulfed in flames, yet its leaves and branches were not being burned or consumed by the fire. As he approached, a voice called out to him, a voice of immense power and majesty. It was Allah, the one God. In this sacred moment, Musa's life was changed forever. He was chosen as a prophet, divinely commanded to return to the very land he had fled. His mission, to confront the pharaoh and demand the freedom of his people. The Israelites, with newfound purpose, and his brother Harun by his side as a spokesman, Musa returned to Egypt. He stood before the pharaoh, a man he once called father, and delivered the divine message, "Let my people go." The pharaoh, blinded by his arrogance and power, mocked them. He demanded proof. In response, Musa threw down his staff, and it miraculously transformed into a slithering serpent right before the court's eyes. But the pharaoh's hardened. He summoned his own magicians, who performed similar tricks, and he dismissed Musa's miracle as mere sorcery. He refused to listen, his defiance sealing his nation's fate. Because of the pharaoh's stubborn refusal, a series of divine plagues were sent upon Egypt. The Nile's water turned to blood, swarms of frogs and locusts covered the land. Darkness shrouded the sun, and sickness afflicted the Egyptians. With each plague, the pharaoh would promise to free the Israelites, only to go back on his word as soon as the affliction was lifted. Finally, after the 10th and most devastating plague, a grief-stricken Pharaoh relented. He commanded the Israelites to leave Egypt immediately. At long last, they were free. An entire nation, led by Musa, began their great journey out of bondage, an exodus toward the promised land. Their freedom, however, was short-lived. No sooner had the Israelites left than the pharaoh's hardened heart filled with regret and rage. How could he let his entire workforce just walk away? Gathering his chariots and his most elite soldiers, he set off in hot pursuit, determined to drag the Israelites back to their chains. The chase was on. The Israelites, a massive procession of men, women, and children, soon found themselves trapped. Before them lay the vast, impassable waters of the Red Sea, and behind them, the thunderous approach of the pharaoh's army, a cloud of dust on the horizon promising their doom. Panic and despair swept through the crowd. They cried out to Musa, fearing their journey to freedom had led them only to a watery grave or back into slavery. But Musa's faith did not waver. He raised his staff and, following God's command, struck the surface of the Red Sea. In an awe-inspiring display of divine power, the waters churned and violently pulled back, parting to create a wide, dry path through the middle of the sea. With towering walls of water on either side, the Israelites walked across on the seabed, their path to safety miraculously laid bare. Seeing this, the Pharaoh and his army charged into the parted sea, confident they could catch them. But once the last of the Israelites had reached the opposite shore, Musa raised his staff again. The walls of water collapsed, and the Red Sea crashed down upon the Egyptian army, swallowing them whole. The tyrant and his soldiers were gone forever. Standing on the far shore, the Israelites witnessed the ultimate triumph of faith over tyranny. They were truly free. The story of Musa is a powerful testament to the strength of perseverance in the face of impossible odds and the unwavering belief in divine justice. It reminds us that even in the darkest of times, hope can be found, and deliverance is possible for those who hold on to their faith. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content.